Hey, what's good, family? It's Nelly here, and I've got another worship thought for you today. Recently, I had the opportunity to attend the Aju Shamia Church second anniversary with our good friends, Pastor Joash and Helena Martins, and they are the pastors of the church. And the church actually meets in our building. And so, upon attending, I had caught up with the news that their keyboard player had fallen ill, and so they were looking for a keyboard player, a musician to play with them. So I put my hand up and said, "Hey, if you'd have me, I'd love to serve." So their worship leader sent me the songs, and being a church that is primarily Brazilian in the population of the church or the gatherings, the music was all in Portuguese. So I learned the songs and was able to play with the band for the worship portion of their service. But I also noticed that they wanted more than just music during my piano playing during the worship portion or the worship section of the service. And so I ended up playing for a large portion of the service, which I was happy to do. In fact, I was so blessed by the experience. And a lot of where I needed to play was behind certain leaders, including Pastor Joash, that would come up the front and give a prophetic word or be praying with such powerful gusto that required music behind it.
Jesus, eu te amo. I love Jesus. Aleluia. Oremos neste momento, Senhor da glória. Nós estamos, Deus pode soprar o vento aqui hoje do Espírito e através da palavra, através do louvor, Ele pode acender a chama no teu coração. Ele pode batizar com o Espírito Santo.
And so I was honored when David said, "Hey, can you continue to play?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll continue to play behind the pastors." And then they had a celebration song at the end of the service where I picked up the chords and was able to play alongside them. It was a great time of celebration with the church family. But obviously, not being at all a Portuguese speaker, apart from knowing little words like tudo bem and and obrigado to say thank you, I am not proficient at all in Brazilian Portuguese. So it was a great experience to learn how to facilitate the moment alongside the worship team in a service where I didn't understand the language that was being spoken. It caused me to be very alert. And I just wanted to share three quick thoughts with you that I feel like all musicians, those of us who serve in these types of moments, should take into consideration. Number one, when we are in these moments as a worship leader, I think whether we are just doing the worship portion of our services or throughout the service, I think it's important, number one, to listen with your eyes. That's right. Listen with your eyes. Observe what's going on and what needs to be facilitated within that portion of the service. Is there a leader that's stepping forward? And if he's stepping forward and praying a certain style of prayer, is the prayer a prayer of intimacy with God or a requiring of God a closeness? Then what kind of music needs to be played at that moment? If it is a moment of gregarious, powerful prophetic prayer, then how will you play your instrument to back that up? So it's important to listen with your eyes, listen and watch with your eyes to see what certain service coordinators are doing with what is happening within your team. It's important to keep your eyes open during what is happening during a worship service because you're there to serve, which brings me to the second point. It's important to serve the moment. Ask yourself what kind of musical backing would serve this moment the best. I think it's important that as an instrumentalist, I know my instrument well so that I can learn what patches on my keyboard are required for different moments. Do I need an organ? Do I need an electric piano? Do I need a piano? Do I need a synth or a pad or a drone pad? These are all things that I should be familiar with on my instrument as a keyboard player. If you're a guitarist, the same thing. If you're a drummer, the same thing, because you can easily do a disservice to the moment when you dominate or you don't do what's required for that moment. Which brings me to the last point. Less is often more. If you dominate the moment rather than serve the moment, you can often do too much. And this is the disease that a lot of musicians do fall into. They become sick with, unfortunately, playing over the top of what is required. Remember, the prophetic word or the announcement or whatever is being spoken or sang is what needs to be heard up front. You are there to serve. Less is more. So in order for less to be more, we need to decrease that Christ might increase in his capacity to be able to speak and sing what needs to be said or sung. So that's just some worship thoughts that I want to give you. Facilitate those moments by listening with your eyes, serving the moment, and decreasing that God might increase by remembering that less is more. Grace and peace.